This video is brought to you by stockagogo.com, stock photos.
Hi, I'm Robert Osborne, and welcome. If you didn't get a chance to catch the TCM original documentary we just showed called The Age of Believing, the Disney live-action classics, or if you'd like to see it again, we're going to have an encore presentation 1 week from tonight on December 21st. Right now, though, we have one of those Disney classics mentioned in the documentary. It's the Western comedy The Apple Dumpling Gang from 1975, which turned out to be one of the biggest successes the Disney studio had in the whole decade of the 70s. It's a film that stars Bill Bixby as a slick gambler in the Wild Wild West who reluctantly finds himself in charge of 3 rowdy orphans with nothing to call their own except an old gold mine, which everybody assumes has run bone dry. But that changes when the kids get their hands on a large chunk of gold. And that's also when into this movie comes a pair of bumbling outlaws played by Tim Conway and Don Knotts. And can you imagine 2 more inept outlaws? It's interesting, despite there being 2 of the most in-demand comedians around, the 2 of them had never worked together before this movie. But Tim and Don made such a great impression in the movie that for a few years after, they became something of a movie team, working together 4 more times, including doing a sequel to our film, which we'll be bringing you a little later tonight. But our film is where they began their on-screen partnership. According to Don Knotts, the film's director Norman Tokar gave the boys free rein to improvise on this film. And without restrictions, Knotts and Conway do take slapstick to the extreme, and they're terrific. And that's what helped make this film such a major hit. Here also is Susan Clark, Slim Pickens, and Harry Morgan from 1975 and from the Disney company, The Apple Dumpling Gang.
Colonel T.R. Clydesdale, at your service, sir.
Well, Colonel Clydesdale, sir, there appears to be, an unfortunate misunderstanding about the children. You see, I didn't
To cut
know.
through the fat, this saddle blanket tin horn agreed to pick up these kids for John Wintle, and now he's trying to weasel out of it.
Magnolia.
Magnolia?
And where are the legal guardians of these waifs?
Their folks passed away back east, is what I get from them. They've been shipped out here to John Wintle. He's their second uncle or something.
And where is John Wintle?
Halfway to San Francisco, I'd say.
All I know is the stage made delivery to the consignee or his agent, and that seems to be you, mister. What you do with them is your business.
That argument wouldn't hold up in any court of law, and you know it.
It wouldn't my court, and I'm the law around here.
But Sheriff, look. Sheriff, I didn't know they were children. Now, I'm not a family man.
Mister, I gotta go.
Yeah, just as soon as we get this straightened out. Now, Sheriff, I have no place to keep them.
Wendell's got a shack on the edge of town.
Mister, I gotta go bed.
She can't wait too long, mister.
Take my word for that.
It might be prudent to resolve the more imminent problem forthwith.
All right. Come on, let's go. Where did you say Windle Shack was?
Well, you go to the edge of town, turn left, and just beyond that old pile of soaring timbers, well, I'll show you.
All aboard! Come on now! Get out of there! Come on, Clovis. You and Sia, get out of there!
Put the brake on.
Stop!
One mirror, $300. One melodeon.
I don't own a melodeon.
You do now.
How about my check?
Well, we was just wondering if,
Climb on.
that horse got a name?
Lucian.
Oh, yeah? Lucian. Marie. Lucian.
So they settled down together, their troubles all behind. Now the diamond and dusty tied the knot, and their friends wish them happiness, as all the church bells rang, for that family called the Apple Dumpling Gang.
Mr. Donovan, I gotta go.
And they called them the Apple Dumpling Gang.
When Don Knotts heard from his agent that the Disney company wanted him for this film, his first reaction was, well, it's about time. Don had always felt that his talents were particularly suited for the types of live-action films Disney was making, but it took a long time for that to happen. It was the idea of the film's director, Norman Tokar, to team Knotts with Tim Conway in this movie. A happy idea as far as Knotts was concerned, also because he felt Tim Conway was one of the funniest performers in show business. Knotts also said that for him, the toughest part of making this film was keeping a straight face whenever he'd work with Tim. Well, you don't have to keep a straight face, and up next, Knotts and Conway are back, and they're reunited in a sequel to this film we just saw, for which fans had to wait 4 years. You only have to wait a few minutes.
On Turner Classic Movies, Don Knotts and Tim Conway are good-hearted outlaws in The Apple Dumpling Gang Rides Again. Then Lena Busquet causes a stir as the Godless Girl, and Wolfgang Peterson directs the nail-biting submarine thriller Das Boot. Go to TCM.com to learn more about this import.